There are moments in life when people don't necessarily want to die, but they feel deeply exhausted by the act of existing. Waking up feels heavy. Daily responsibilities feel meaningless. Even rest doesn't restore energy anymore. This quiet mental state is rarely talked about openly, yet millions experience it silently. Understanding the psychology behind this feeling is essential, not to judge it, but to recognize it, validate it, and understand what the human mind is trying to communicate. Being tired of existing is not the same as wanting to disappear forever. Psychologically, it is closer to existential fatigue, a state where mental, emotional, and cognitive energy feels depleted. People in this state often say they don't feel sad, just empty. Life feels repetitive, like a routine they never chose. Even when nothing is technically wrong, everything feels unbearably heavy. Psychology places this experience somewhere between burnout and depression, often driven by long-term emotional overload. One of the strongest psychological roots of this feeling is emotional burnout. Burnout is commonly associated with work, but it also comes from relationships, financial pressure, constant responsibility, emotional neglect, and the unspoken expectation to always remain strong. When burnout becomes chronic, the brain adapts by dulling emotional responses. This is not weakness, it is protection. The mind tries to conserve energy by shutting down enthusiasm, curiosity, and joy. Over time, emotional burnout leads to low motivation, mental fog, irritability, and a sense of disconnection from life. People still function on the outside, but internally they feel drained. This is where mental exhaustion quietly replaces passion, and surviving becomes more important than living. Modern life also plays a powerful role. Constant notifications, social comparison, uncertainty, and overstimulation keep the nervous system activated for too long. This creates chronic stress, which prevents the mind and body from fully recovering. Neurologically, prolonged stress elevates cortisol levels, affecting emotional regulation, focus, and memory. The result is a mind that feels overwhelmed even during rest. Another deep layer of this experience is the existential crisis. People begin questioning the meaning behind their routines, their sacrifices, and their struggles. They ask themselves, why are they doing all this, what the purpose is, and whether life will ever feel fulfilling. Psychology shows that humans are driven not just by pleasure or success, but by meaning. When meaning disappears, motivation follows. Many people who are tired of existing also experience emotional numbness. They don't feel intense sadness, but they don't feel happiness either. This numbness is a survival response. When emotions become overwhelming for too long, the brain reduces emotional sensitivity to protect itself. While this helps prevent emotional collapse, it also disconnects people from joy, connection, and excitement. This state is often misunderstood as depression, but they are not always the same. Depression usually involves persistent sadness, hopelessness, and low self-worth. Existential exhaustion, on the other hand, feels more like emptiness, fatigue, and disconnection. Many people experiencing this don't identify as depressed, which is why their struggle is often gone unnoticed or dismissed. Another hidden contributor is suppressed emotions. People who are tired of existing often learn to stay quiet, avoid conflict, or prioritize others over themselves. Over time, unexpressed emotions accumulate. Psychology confirms that emotions don't disappear when ignored. They store themselves in the body and mind, creating invisible psychological weight. Eventually, even small tasks feel overwhelming. This is why rest alone doesn't fix the problem. Sleep, time off, or vacations may offer temporary relief, but they don't address the deeper issue. The exhaustion isn't physical, it's emotional, mental, and existential. What's needed is emotional expression, reduced self-pressure,
meaningful connection, and a redefinition of purpose that feels personal rather than imposed. Recovery does not happen through sudden motivation or dramatic change. Psychology shows that healing begins with small reconnections, allowing emotions to exist without judgment, letting go of unrealistic expectations, speaking honestly, and finding meaning in simple human experiences. Feeling alive again is not about fixing everything, it's about slowly reconnecting with yourself. Being tired of existing does not mean you are broken. It means you've been carrying too much for too long without the support or understanding you needed. This feeling is not an ending, it is a signal. A signal that something inside you needs care, meaning, and acknowledgement. If this script resonated with you, know that awareness itself is a powerful first step. You are not alone in feeling this way, and this phase does not define your entire story. Sometimes, simply understanding what your mind is experiencing is the beginning of change.